So guys, today we want to show you how the actual true part of Kaliningrad lives, because yesterday we showed you
the
historical part,
area.
the central area, nothing interesting. And today we'll be exploring the historical areas of the city where the old German houses survived and also where people actually live, because it's a little bit outside of the historical city center.
You will see, guys, that several districts in this area have absolutely different housing. So here we see something like the Fisher's house, something for the people who couldn't afford to buy the entire mansion, the entire cottage house. So we are going to explore several of them, one for like the middle class and one for the upper class, and like this one's for the lower class, because this was built around 1920s when Germany faced big crisis and people couldn't buy houses anymore. So we will explore the architecture from like 1900s till like early 1910 to 1930s even. We'll show you one house from the Reich period. Let's go.
So the thing is that a big part of Kaliningrad was destroyed during the war, especially by American or English Air Force. So only a few districts are left.
So we'll try to find these gems of the old German architecture for you today, and maybe old locals to talk to.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on, buddy.
Okay, let's try to exit this part and see what we can find elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, you see this, the entire floor is abandoned.
Yeah, it's strange. We have been recently to another city called Svetlogorsk. Unfortunately, we filmed their video not in English but in Russian, so you will not be able to see it. But a local guy told us that a lot of houses have abandoned parts for whatever reason, and some houses don't even have heating proper installed. So it's strange, because people who are renting apartments there or who are having apartments there, they don't want this heating, because they have all the facilities, but you have to pay to get it to your particular apartment, and they don't wanna.
Because they rent, we were told that in old German house you can rent the entire space for you and your family. A room for 5,000 rubles, which is less than $100.
Yes, it's like $80, and you can rent it for. I actually didn't understand. Is it per day or per month?
No, it's per month.
Probably it's per month, yeah.
Because these houses are not considered to be good quality. People prefer to buy the new ones, and they think that all German houses don't have all of the needed communications, and they don't want to invest into that because you need to restore it anyway. And they just buy from the new blocks. Though I would buy an old house for sure, because it's the history.
And has ghosts probably.
Yeah.
Some ghosts. Yeah, someone lives on a tree. Someone has
a
mattress in a semi-abandoned house.
And the apple trees right there to have your apple cider prepared.
Yeah.
Life goes on in the suburbs of Kaliningrad.
And here I see some new houses. Maybe let's go like that.
Yeah, let's go.
Because they have some construction going on. And those are much newer. I think those are from the Soviet period. And they have some even newer houses which are probably built maybe like 10 or 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Which are pretty cool. I like them.
I also like, because in Kaliningrad you don't see the high rises. They are all like the little and cute houses, which is really, really cool.
And here they also have some garages and lots of two-story high buildings, which were not luxury housing at all. And you can actually compare. So that's actually quite a random district for us in Kaliningrad. And you probably have recently watched our video about a random district in Moscow. So you can compare now and see how different is a random district in the capital and the random district here. And which one is better, because it's not always the better one is in the capital.
For sure, yeah. But I understand why they are knocking down these ones and building the new ones, because these houses probably have the wooden walls.
And they do. They don't have wooden walls, but they have wooden перекрытие. I don't know, we'll insert how it's in English.
So that's quite dangerous for the fire.
Let's go around.
Yeah, let's do it. So
Finally
we are
some older
coming,
houses,
yeah,
yeah.
to the villas finally, because these were the houses for the workers, and here are the old German villas.
In the middle of Kaliningrad, a
Yeah.
Russian city.
Yes.
So strange. It's so bizarre for us because traveling throughout Russia was never been an experience of anything built by Europeans and nothing looking like Europeans.
Except
Like-
St. Petersburg.
Yeah, except for St. Petersburg and just classical architecture in general.
Yeah.
But let's maybe walk like that.
Yeah, let's do. Yeah, you see, the interesting thing is that Kaliningrad was saved like partially. So depending on the area where it wasn't bombed, where the fights were not happening, you can find some hidden gems like that one and feel like you're in Europe. Like somewhere in Hungary or
Germany.
Eastern Germany, yes.
Or
And-
old Prussia.
yeah, and this is all the heritage that people are trying to maintain, and sometimes you see like there, for example, they completely reconstruct the house, but you can see that the basis is still the German house, but now it looks like a new one. It's so cute, you feel like you're in the countryside, you can grow your tomatoes here and at the same time be right at the center of the Kaliningrad. But by the way, it's not big, right? So it has only 500,000 people living here, which is a lot for some European cities, but not for the Muscovites. We have around like 15 million. So for us this is tiny.
But people drive cool cars and there is a dog living there.
Even the dog, imagine.
Oi!
You live in the middle of the city and your dog lives just in the yard. That's like absolutely stunning.
And yeah, let's go further and we'll cut to the more interesting part.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because here is something new. But this district, it's a little bit too refined, so we went actually to the edge of the city and we were expecting to find something decaying, what you love to see about Russia, like something awful.
Old bars
Old-
and hairdressers.
Yes, and
shops.
old people and how everyone is suffering. But here, I'm afraid it will be hard to find it. So we started in pretty cheesy district, but then we walked just like 30 meters and those are pretty nice houses.
See, people take care even of the area which is outside of their yard. You see, everything is so clean, unbelievable. And look at this old house.
Maybe let's try to find something old there in that part.
Maybe.
They have this little house here, which is pretty old, and that one, and the rest is completely new. Yeah, the guy that we met on some storage facility, he told us that Kaliningrad changed a lot in the past 3-4 years, and they are really taking care not only of Kaliningrad but of smaller cities and trying to make them more attractive for tourists.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And that's because Kaliningrad is one of the areas in Russia which has no visa regime for the foreigners from like 150 countries. And yeah, so basically many people can come here for 7 days without visa. And
yes,
that
but not
boosts the
you,
tourism.
United States friends. Unfortunately, it's not for you.
Yeah.
It's mainly for European Union.
Britain, States are not included.
Not included. Yeah, a visa for you guys for now. But yeah, let's at least try to find some decaying old district.
Yeah, like not here.
Some people here in the middle of a historical district actually live in this kind of houses, which were probably built either... Yeah, no, I think they were built by Russians, by Soviets,
Yeah, I think
but that's an unusual type of a panel block.
it's true. I have never seen anything like that.
Yeah, but so just so you have an idea on where people can live, and we just walked maybe like 50 meters from that district with villas and district with cool dachas, and yeah, now we're nearby the panel block.
Which is strange. Yeah.
And now we'll try to go to the other district that Kate found. which probably will be older.
It will be even older, and it has one of the oldest kirchas in the entire Kaliningrad region. We have only 2 left.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Finally, an old district.
Yeah.
And a new one. And also a new one, but we are going to the old one. Let's go for there.
Let's go. Yeah. I like the decorations in these houses.
Like those flowers?
Yeah, flowers. So you can see that this is the pre-war built housing, which was...
Because definitely not a Soviet one.
And not the crisis built one, because during the crisis they were building something very, very simple, and here they were still trying to make it at least a bit decorative.
To me it looks...
eye-catching.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, what it looks
to me it looks like it could have been built during the crisis, because it's very simple. They just added those typical flowers and nothing more. It's very simple, it's very basic, it's very easy to build it, very cheap. And what's also interesting to me is that they're adding floors now, because it was also 2-story high. Now it's 3 to 4-story high.
Exactly, yes. So this houses are like practically they are very strong. They can handle more floors on top of them. That's quite interesting. And you see, this is more like a townhouse style, because all the people who have houses, for example, on the first floor, they can have a little garden, which we call in Russian palissadnik. And they can have cats.
So let's go further through the district and see what we can find here.
Yeah.
Hopefully not dogs. And that's how the back alley looks like.
Yeah.
The street is called the Street of Radio people, radio something.
Look at that.
An old Soviet post box. Wonderful.
Yes. I would store my stuff there.
What do you
I
mean?
had
Like
shoes.
money, documents,
Yeah. I would put just
precious gems. And what's that? Are those dachas?
I think so. And they don't have houses. It's just like the garden and a little store.
And maybe garden is further.
Yeah.
Just from this side it looks like it's some...
Just the land,
Yeah, some
more
land.
to grow the things. And I love this detail. They have garages for the people.
Yeah, they do. Just 2. Probably people were not supposed to have a lot of cars back in the day.
Yeah. 100 years ago for sure.
Yeah. So, further.
Yeah, further.
Further.
We need to reach the kircha after all.
And this house, this wonderful house with a panoramic window. Oh my god.
I'm buying it!
I'm buying it because
It's amazing.
it's на продажу, which means on sale. You can buy it. Would you buy it? I would buy it. Would you buy
I would
it?
buy it, but you see it has a problem. Its wall is cracking on that side.
Does it matter if it's
No.
an old German house in Königsberg?
Okay.
On the street of Mendeleev, the famous chemist.
Okay, I agree. Okay, Nikita. Let's invest into that.
Investment. Yeah, let's call it like that. And those doors. Door. So cool. So cool. But we're moving further. Further through the district. And it seems like here they take those old houses, and before they were for several families, and now they're just for one family, because they have just one garage. No, 2 garages, but it still looks like it's for one family. And
Or for several as well.
well, for several as well, yeah. But they all look actually private. And what is interesting, people are living in those cool old houses that look like villas, and they have very old, outdated cars. Lots of them are from the 1980s or maybe 1990s, and all of them, like 100% of them, are from Germany.
Yeah.
But they're all old, but very cool houses. And we noticed in Moscow it's completely the opposite. You live in a tiny apartment because that's the only things that you can afford, but you have the coolest car. Like you drive a Bentley or you drive a Lexus, but you live like in a tiny studio.
Yeah, because you can save for the studio forever, you can save for the house forever. It can be like 300 million rubles.
Yeah.
Kaliningrad is cool.
Yeah, but love it. And people seem to not to care about their cars as they do in Moscow, because in Moscow it's kind of super important for everyone. Everyone wants the coolest car. It's very important that you drive a giant black SUV, and here everyone's just chill with their 1980s Volkswagens that they got from their father.
Absolutely cool.
Let's go off the main road on the street of Sergeant Mission and see what they are. Hopefully not dogs, because my god, if I'm afraid of them. And so cool that everyone lives their house is open, so no one cares about you going in or whatever.
Yeah, just enter.
It's so not Russian.
It's true.
Because in the central Russia you have to have a 3-meter high concrete fence with broken glass on the top and a surveillance camera, and
yes,
also a guard and 3 dogs, and also you shouldn't see through the fence. And here everyone's just chill and they leave their gates open and no one cares.
Which
People
is
feel
amazing.
safe here, which
It's
is
true.
awesome.
Yeah. That means they have the community, right? So
Yes.
like everyone knows each other. They share the garden together, plant everything. So there are no like strangers here, only us. But in general, yeah, you see kids running around, going from school.
Maybe it's their European attitude, because people whom we met here, they told us that they actually spend a lot of time in Europe because it's cheaper in nearby Poland. So
Than
they go
here.
there to shop for clothes.
Yeah.
They go there on vacations. They rent their house. Maybe some even own a house there, because it's cheaper to buy a house in Gdańsk than it's to buy in Kaliningrad region, which is a little bit strange.
Yeah, and people tell that basically they learn from European culture how to drive, how to behave.
Yeah.
They actually try to fit into that standard of being like a cool European person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why here it's a bit different than in Central Russia and even in Moscow.
And it's strange that it also affects how the heads of a city decide on urbanistic decisions, how they solve their urbanistic problems, because the streets here, they look not Russian but more European. Even here they use, for example, for trottoir, they use as a border stones, natural stones, not Soviet standard concrete pieces.
Yeah.
Which is
A lot
interesting,
of-
I think.
A lot of cobblestones as well. In
Yeah, lots
streets.
of cobblestones. And I have heard, actually not heard, but read that they have 16% of the old cobblestone roads survived in Kaliningrad.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's huge number actually.
Yeah, for a Russian city, yeah. It's
That
pretty cool.
survived the war.
And they also have quite a big percentage of old houses survived here, because we have read in some Russian life journal, I don't know if you've heard of that, but in from some Russian bloggers and everyone, that nothing old survived here. It's actually very rugged
And disappointing. for
and
them, yeah.
disappointing.
But we found so many things.
Yes, and not disappointing at all. We are shocked how good it is here, how cool and interesting.
Yeah, it's our fourth day, but we still kind of like want to see everything, and we haven't covered even like the half of the city.
Oh yeah.
So
But is it far from Kircha?
no, we are almost there.
Okay, let's meet you at Kircha. So here is Kircha, but it's heavily restored and not that greatly.
And the biggest problem here is that it's not Kirche anymore, so it's not a Catholic church. Now it's Orthodox.
So
And-
inside they have a Gothic iconostasis, but with Orthodox Christian icons,
Yes.
which is bizarre, but the church is not that interesting, so we'll be exploring the district round.
Yeah, so we just explained to you how it works when you talk about the religion in Kaliningrad. So there is no more Catholic religion left around.
Maybe some?
Maybe a bit, but most of the Lithuanian or Catholic churches were just reconstructed into Orthodox ones.
Or just given to Russian Orthodox Church and were changed a little bit to suit
Yeah. the needs of the Orthodox. And one of them, it's the cathedral of Princess Louisa, I think, of Queen Louisa. So it was given to the doll theater, actually. So things
Yeah.
were like that.
Let's go up. Let's explore the district.
Let's do.
I think we are close to the end of the video. First of all, because we have finished exploring this area. Second of all, because this house is a perfect end of our video. And third of all, because our memory on the memory card is going
Almost
to an
over.
end. Yeah.
Yeah, and for that we want to go inside and check how the area inside is. That's like a storage room here. See, so the people who live can store their stuff not in the apartments. Oh wow. That's a tiny German house.
Yeah, we won't be disturbing people living there, so we won't be going to the apartments.
No,
So
not
we'll,
today.
Yeah, not today. We'll just end with that, and I think, yeah, that's the end of the exploration of some areas of the old Königsberg. Oh, wait, haven't told you. Kaliningrad was named Königsberg. And yeah, see you in our next video. It probably will be also about Kaliningrad or Königsberg. But
About
yeah.
some different area.
Yeah, maybe a different area. See you, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and tell us what you don't like about our videos, because you know how people like to tell what they don't like.
Yeah,
On
do
YouTube?
you like Nikita? Do you like his accent?
Do you
Oh
like,
my.
hey, do you like your accent? Okay, anyway, bye.
Bye.